Hello, welcome to Presentation 6, Your Portfolio and Interview by Kamal B. Nirmul. I'm going to talk about a bunch of projects of mine, actually 3. This one is Burberry. I was the global project manager who handled Burberry's accounts for a couple years. So this little presentation talks about a few of my projects, but the main one I'm going to talk about is Macy's Herald Square. While I manufactured these signs, I had to be privy of where they were being installed. There was lots of work involved in these. They were custom handmade signs for this client, about $2,000 a letter. You don't really see signs like this at most companies in the world unless they're very expensive clients, such as Burberry, the iconic trench coat brand of the UK. So, there you have it. And what we're going to look at here is the flagship store in Chicago, an artistic architectural masterpiece, if you will. This is Los Angeles, tiny letters on the left and right of the door if you can see them. We used to make them too up above as well. Attention to detail is a skill that is needed throughout creative professional fields such as project management, graphic designers, architects, you name it. There are lots of roles that require us to pay attention to the details. If they're not good enough, we have to remake these things. These guys here don't really want to have to put up things twice, but they will if they have to. And people don't want to have to pay twice. All the details come from architectural drawings, but the graphics are then isolated and then converted into working models that are transcribed into shop drawings. Other details behind the scenes have to be verified because sometimes installations don't always occur or happen the way you'd expect them to. Things aren't to specs. Measurements change. Parts change. Anything could change. So trial and error is a thing. Some parts can't be used, will be reused. These letters came up on a backing that broke, which was glass, so they put black acrylic behind it instead. They illuminated them. They got them working. The reunion. They did a pretty good job. They had what they needed. I was there on site. I was able to take pictures and commemorate this historic Burberry project I did in Macy's Herald Square here. Actually, one letter fell off about a month or two afterwards, and it was re-glued by hand by one of our guys. And no big deal, but, perfection takes trial and error and patience and hard work, and then you have beautiful results such as this. That's something I've done as a project manager. I enjoy doing it. I've loved signs. Graphic design brought me to signage and has also brought me to many other skill sets. Macy's, this is again the Chicago, very beautiful stuff. You can't beat it. I mean, just really beautiful stuff. Now, Grow Life Church, I was a senior signage graphic designer this year in 2023. I did this Grow Life project and basically took their logo, translated it into a shop drawing that shows the dimensions and what this allowable frontage on a facade in square footage. Also the cross-section of the actual guts of the sign and how it's to be manufactured. You can see here that it's showing center sign between the seams on the building, and that's the correct size. And this is just a front view from day. And then at night, you get another view where it's illuminated. So this is the night view, and when you do sign design and you do it correctly, you show where it's going and what it's going to look like. And it has to be to scale. In the bottom left-hand corner, it says 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. So there you have that. Now, this is the Golden Peacock Branding Manifesto, which was a family business that we owned that I'm hoping to one day rekindle. and get the phoenix of fire burning again. So I introduce the brand. What I did do is target it towards my own company, but also use that to express the theme, the culture behind the whole project. This was a great piece where I could showcase various design styles, typography, writing skills, a little bit of avant-garde, classical Indian, showing the food, picking the imagery for this. This is basically if it were another restaurant and I was to present this to them. And I go into details about the logo. I show the colors here. We have primary colors, supporting colors, base colors, gradient colors, all of which are a part of the whole branding package. In my guidelines here, I'm showing the logos and the subordinate logos, and just to get a touch of what it's like. And here you see how the logo can be used with all the different colors and gradients and whatnot, different styles. The signature, just the bird with the gradients, etc. Here's the main logo in detail, showing how the gradients work and the ratio I used, and also some design notes for any future designers who might be using it as well. Typefaces here show 3 different typefaces that I chose, and I have my main one and then subordinates. I have a lot of patterns that I've used. They're in bits and pieces throughout. They definitely give you a lot of artistic freedom to take bits and pieces and put it together to make different results. Our tagline or motto is "A taste above the rest." This is just bragging the tagline for everyone here. The business cards are varying styles. If I were to show this to a client, I'd give them a few options. Maybe not this many, but just to give an idea to show different styles with the colors. In here, I have some basic letterhead stationery. I could see it even being lighter than this, but this is a good start, something to start off of. And it goes in theme with the rest of this stuff, with the envelopes, with the drink coasters, with the placards, with the gift cards, and so forth. Whatever the client desires. These menus have an exotic cover that was outsourced by Shimmer, which is going to make it very fancy. They have inserts, and just showing how the inserts and the to-go menu would have been, and then the inside inserts would have this for the menus on the actual inserts. Patterns are used again, subordinate logos, icons. Here, the actual restaurant signage is similar to the Grow Life, where I show the old sign on the building, what the new sign would look like, and also the night view and a brief description about it, not the shop drawing. So here there's more signs being offered. The interior sign for the restaurant, the blade signs for the restaurant, maybe even men's and women's rooms. There was a banner there. Apparel, aprons, polos, you name it, all of that can be sold to the client. But the ability to make this stuff and have the graphic design know-how and put it all together is also something that comes through experience on my end. I do have some experience with apparel here, and I've done some embroidered stuff and t-shirts. Websites are another skill of mine, and this is something that puts together the whole graphic information technology thing, being able to do UX and UI and pre-design the front end of websites. And that goes beyond into other things such as mobile applications, doing the user experience and user interface for these and animating them and then showing them to clients and getting them developed. Really fun stuff. It's amazing when you see it work, and the possibilities are endless because you just have good ingredients, and putting everything together for a client is an amazing experience, whether it's a restaurant, a smoke shop, who knows what you might be selling to. But here we have a lot of culture, a lot of color, a lot of flavor, a lot of spice, and that's what I bring. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure.